Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Our summery stretch does continue for us on Tuesday with more heat and sunshine. A cold front into Wednesday puts an end to the 90s and kicks off an active stretch with daily shower and thunderstorm potential Wednesday through Sunday. Widespread accumulation in this period in the 1 to 2 inch range. Locally, that 2-inch potential is in the deeper purples toward Clarksburg and Morgantown. So Monday afternoon and evening, a few thunderstorms that may be capable of some damaging winds. That's the risk there. Looking to the East Panhandle. Widespread storms mostly to our west on Tuesday, and then we'll see this across much of the region on Wednesday, once more looking east for any storms that may be capable of doing a little bit of damage. 7 p.m. into the evening here, a few thunderstorms possible, then that fizzles out and will stay pretty quiet for most of the day on Tuesday, eventually looking west for the arrival of some showers and thunderstorms, but for the most part that'll hold off until the morning hours on Wednesday. FlySair forecast, it starts at home. The same cold front coming for us will bring much cooler conditions for Chicago as early as Wednesday. It will be Thursday that you feel the cool down in D.C. and New York, but mid-90s each day if you're in Tampa. Panhandle forecast. Very mild tonight. These lows around 67 to 69 degrees north or closer to daily average highs. Then upper 80s and low 90s for our Tuesday. Looking east, where we will similarly stay in mid to upper 60s overnight, but highs here 96 Charlestown. Looking to Petersburg for 95 for your Tuesday. We'll see widespread 60s overnight. Snowshoe, a quote cooler spot with 61 tonight and only 80 on Tuesday. But a lot of us will find ourselves in the 90s. Similarly, Lewisburg, Union near 60 tonight, but those areas will also be flirting with 90 for our Tuesday. 92 Charleston, and we'll see cooler but not cold conditions behind that cold front.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. For your entertainment, Hotline is a no politics zone.
Darn right it is.
You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304.
That's a lot of numbers.
304-TALK 304. Or call 800-765-8255. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
Too late to turn back now. Hello, West Virginia. We're back for more in the 304. Time to get it done in the 681. Time to start this 3-hour audio tour for Monday, May 18th, 2026. Coop, I'm off to a good start. I got the day, the month, and the year right.
You got it good.
I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll.
I never seen vacation do so much for a man.
I know. It's so funny. You know what? Before I went on vacation, I was kind of like jumping in and making snarky comments about the Open, forgetting that you wrote it. I apologize.
No, that's okay.
I apologize.
That's all right.
Because that's the first time I've heard that Open in a few days. It's really good.
It's very well written.
Very well written.
Yeah.
Very well executed.
Well, you're forgiven, but you don't want to know what happened in that chair while you were gone.
Oh, is that right? I'm sure that's probably true. Oh, look who's here. We're putting the band back together.
It feels like
I'm
it's
here.
something there. Yeah,
Coop's here. Ryan. No, I'm glad to see you. Oh, Stephanie's here. Stephanie, outside the box momentarily.
Yes.
And look at.
Oh, wait.
What are you
wearing?
Are you guys wearing the same shirt?
We are wearing the same shirt, yes.
Was that an accident?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
This might be the cutest thing I've ever seen.
No,
Aren't you all just so cute? You're so cute.
Seriously?
You have a matching shirt.
It was an accident.
It was an accident.
You don't call each other before you come to work?
No.
No.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't talk to any of my coworkers outside of work.
probably for the best.
So the last time I tried to text him, he was like, "Who is this?" and "Don't text me again."
Yeah.
Hey, where's what happened to Dave Allen? What happened to Dave Allen?
I don't who. Oh, he's just on vacation.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have the day. I can't keep the Dave straight, man. I'm covering for a Dave a day.
finally had enough, huh?
Yeah.
He finally had enough.
Well, he got that.
I can't blame him.
He got done with that cancer treat and was like, "All right, I'm out of here."
I'm
I
out
think
here.
I also think he heard you were coming back.
Oh, well, that might
Yeah.
be true.
He
You
wanted
know-
he wanted to ease us back into the Dave.
I tell you what, I just spent like maybe 2 minutes deleting all the text messages. It looks like
Oh,
nobody's
wow.
deleted a text message since I left.
Well, you delete it. You go through and go.
I
go
do.
through there and do those. Yeah,
I
that's
do.
true.
How dare
That's
you,
true.
Dave? How dare you silence the people's voice?
Silencing
He just means organizing them. You know?
I'm not silencing anybody's voice.
I'm the one that goes through and assigns people to spam if they're too rude.
Uh,
Yeah, it was a good thing.
okay. All right. A couple things I got to get out of the way. First of all, Coop, listen, man. Are you ready for a day full of whining about how early I had to get up today to leave the beach and fly back here for the show?
Well, let me just say
Okay.
that you look well vacationed.
I
You,
feel
you
good.
look well vacationed.
I feel good.
Yeah, you look
Yeah.
well vacationed.
All right. So this morning, literally, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I was on my way to the airport at like 5. Okay. Beautiful flight. Beautiful. Listen, beautiful flight down from Charleston to Tampa 10 days ago on Breeze. Could not have worked out any better.
Did you do any driving while you were down there?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Yeah.
Not a lot.
I always like driving in Florida because the roads are so smooth.
Not a lot. And then today, coming back, not a problem. And on Breeze, I don't think I've ever heard this message before. They come on midway in the flight and they said, "We'll be landing 20 minutes early."
Oh.
Have you ever experienced that in your life?
Yeah.
We're landing 20 minutes early.
Yeah, when you're
Letterman
coming
used,
from the West Coast.
well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Letterman used to do a joke about how he would talk about when he would be flying from L.A. to New York, and he's like, "Yeah, we got in about 2.5 hours early." I was like, "That never happens." Right?
I had that
Never
happen from
happens.
Seattle. That's the only reason I know.
Here's the other thing that was crazy. Coop flying down there and flying back on Breeze, beautiful flight. Props to the people at Jaeger and in Tampa as well. Didn't see a single person I knew on the flight. Not a single person.
Is that unusual?
Yeah, it's usually it's like, "Hey, get him," or like somebody who wants to
Oh,
come
I
over
gotcha.
and have a
Yeah, right.
conversation or whatever. Didn't recognize a single person.
Isn't that guy from SNL?
Yeah, that's right. Didn't recognize a single person. But so how did things go while I was away?
I mean, this is what happened. It was the most 15 hours that's ever been done. It was from second zero to the end of the week. It was 15 hours, and it was 15 hours harder than any 15 hours that's ever been 15-houred before.
All right. all right.
So that's pretty. No, it was good. It was fine. Actually, I guess it was 18 hours technically because there was a Friday beforehand too. So
Oh, that's right.
Friday
Yeah,
plus
that's
a
right.
week. So I guess
Yeah,
that's 18
man.
hours.
I was telling Jeff off the air. Sometimes when I do a show on Friday and then I come back on a Monday, I can't remember to do the show. I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, you had
today.
2 Fridays off.
I know
Yeah,
two
yeah.
Fridays
Yeah.
off in a row.
Yeah.
That never happens.
No, we had good things. We talked a lot about things, and
About
other
things.
things.
and
Other
had some
things.
commercial breaks in between them,
Yeah.
and before I know it, the show was over.
It's
So
like-
I mean, it was time.
I got a thing about that thing. Did you take care of that thing?
From 3 o'clock until 6 o'clock every day, time elapsed.
All right. Well, so Ryan, how many video game reports did you do last week?
One.
What was it about?
It was about how the soundtrack for Doom got inducted into the Library of Congress.
Okay.
It was
well,
a
that's
good,
cool.
yeah, it was a good
Yeah.
report.
That's cool.
It was good stuff. Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about the Renfest. You would have liked that on Friday.
Oh, that would have been
That would have
good.
been good. But we talked about that. We got something else that's kind of associated with that. That might be kind of fun.
Oh, is that right?
Well, the guy that was in all those zombie movies.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
That's going to be good. A little foreshadowing there.
Yeah.
We'll get that person on the air. The stuff I sent you for interviews last week that worked out.
Oh yeah, all good. Oh yeah, Joe Sheehan was on here. He was amazing.
Yeah, he's
Joe, it was
awesome.
great to have
Except
Joe
for-
back on the airways, and he was great.
He's got
We
a big
didn't know
old
if
brain.
he was in a room full of monkeys or a room full of birds.
Yeah, now that's the thing. I don't. You probably didn't hear it, but Joe might have been like kicking back on the beach when he called or something like that. If I remember, he was apt to do that from time to time. And at the first half of the phone conversation, we were getting text messages. This is what was so funny about it. People were guessing if it was birds or monkeys. It's like, what is that sound? Is
Hey,
it birds or monkeys?
It's, you know what? When I sent him a note to get him on the show with you, he's like, "Who? New phone, who dis?" That kind of thing, because he hadn't been on in such a long time. But if you remember, in the past, we would call him, and he would literally be in Midtown.
Yeah, right.
Burr, burr, I'm walking here.
It was always
kind of
fun stuff. Now, the cool this time, we'd been so long since we talked. Like, we had to have just 30 seconds to talk about the way baseball has changed. I mean, we haven't talked to him since the Ghost Runner and they changed all the rules and the pitch clock and all that stuff. He has thoughts on all that stuff, and I would have loved to talk to him about them.
Let's see. What have I done? I have successfully logged in. That's a win.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a win.
Right.
And then I'm looking at the question of the day, and I'm thinking, well, how come nobody's responded to the question of the day? I guess maybe it's not that engaging. And then I realized I wrote it and didn't post it.
So
That's always good. That's always good. But now it is up there. Oh, and there's already a couple of responses to it. So that's good.
That's always good.
So it was nice. I have to tell you, I was so ready to go on vacation because I hadn't really taken any time off at all the whole year.
Really haven't.
But it's so nice to come back. It's so nice to be back. So nice to be back in West Virginia. I mean, you fly in, the scenery's fantastic. Jaeger is great. No, it's good to be home. So I'm really happy about that. Okay, Ryan, is there anything you'd like to add before I get into the sporty sports section of the show? Because I know how much you love that.
Yeah, you got a haircut.
Yeah, well, it was crazy. I used to go to a guy in St. Pete who was a military barber. Okay, really loved that guy. And, but he was so popular, you'd go in there would be guys lining up to get haircuts, but there were also guys that would be in the shop just to tell stories about the military, which I enjoyed hearing that. But his shop got wiped. Oh, this is good. Okay, this will lead to a good story. His shop got wiped out by the hurricane. Okay, but I found another guy, and Coop, his name is Matt Foley.
Okay.
Matt Foley, motivational speaker, lives in a van down by the river.
That's something
That's
I
right.
get.
No, that's
So
I was trying to remember where I was trying to place him, but that's right. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. I'm assuming he's maybe not so volatile.
no, he's not.
35 years old, divorced.
Divorced. I am a motivational speaker, and I live in a
I
van.
am a motivational speaker.
That's his real name.
Nice.
So when he said his name and we met and we had some mutual friends, when he introduced himself as Matt Foley, I'm like, no, that's not your name. What's your real name?
Did you discuss your SNL connection?
Not at all.
Okay,
No.
okay.
No, that'll be for next time.
Yeah, right.
That'll be for next time. But I started thinking about putting together a list of characters on SNL or other shows that people who have their real names think about maybe changing them.
You know what an interesting discussion that is between you and him, both with a pretty strong association to SNL, but actually having no part in it.
That's true.
Him with his name and you with being the stand-in for a big joke that they did, without knowing that it was you exactly. I mean, but it would be kind of a funny conversation.
Hey, let me ask you something. And this is one of the reasons I love having Ryan on the show, because I can bounce this off him. So I'm sitting next to a guy on the flight back today. Nice kid. Well, not young guy in his 20s, probably about as old as Ryan. It's like 95 degrees in St. Pete, okay? And he's wearing a toboggan. How old is too old to wear a toboggan when it's like 90-plus degrees?
It depends on how early he's developed male pattern baldness.
Oh,
Because
Because
did he
that's-
have hair?
that's part of it, huh?
Yeah.
See, I hadn't even thought
it's-
about that.
It's for bald spots.
Okay.
Or he could be going through chemo. You never know.
Yeah.
No. He seemed,
How insensitive are you, Dave?
I'm not insensitive at all. I'm just saying that if I had gotten on this plane with a toboggan, that people would have been saying, "What's the story?"
Maybe he has some other skin condition on his head where he has to hide.
No, I don't know. I don't think any of these things
Also,
are correct.
where are the fans located on a flight? Oh, they're right above your head. So maybe his head was cold, Dave. I don't know. You're being real judgmental for your first time back.
I don't think he was wearing a toboggan because he had some sort of a health issue. I think he was sporting a toboggan.
Right.
It was a fashion statement.
To
that
be
he
fair,
made.
I know what you mean, and
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Ryan wears a toboggan, but
All right,
only in the
let's say-
wintertime.
Well, it got me thinking. On Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, right?
right.
Shaggy's got a toboggan. Okay, when?
When?
What?
Doesn't Shaggy wear a
What?
toboggan?
No.
He
I guess if
doesn't?
it's cold out, he might.
No.
Are you sure about that? I thought he had a
No.
toboggan.
Sure.
All right, say Shaggy had a toboggan.
You're thinking of another gang of kids, I think,
Okay.
Dave.
Yeah.
Say for
You're
example,
thinking of one of the other 5 groups of Hanna-Barbera
With an
cartoons
animal.
with a funny
But-
talking
all right,
animal.
well, just roll with me here. Say Shaggy did have a toboggan.
Right, it's cold out,
When would he take it off? When did he say, the
Dur-
hipster party is over?
It might be like, gee, Scoob, I can't eat through this hat.
Yeah.
Zoinks.
Like, gee, Scoob, I can't eat through this.
Gee,
hat."
Scooby, that's too much sodium. I can't,
Hey,
process
Shaggy,
that.
Shaggy would not care about his sodium intake.
He
Have
really
you seen
wouldn't.
how that man eats?
I know that's true.
Well, you've also
Legend.
seen why he
But back to
too.
the original point. How old is too old to sport a toboggan?
Nothing. It's never too old to.
When
have
it's
a toboggan.
90 degrees, it's too old.
I mean, did you see that thing that John Travolta was wearing this weekend?
Yeah, that
so
was a
that's pretty
choice.
darn close to a toboggan, right? And he's
That
70
was a
whatever.
choice.
So I mean,
That was a
I
choice.
guess it's an ageless choice, especially if you
Yeah.
want to be remembered as like a French artist.
Okay, so
And Dave, if your issue is with the temperature and not the age, then just say, when is it too hot to wear a toboggan?
well, that's a great question. That's a great that's a point. All right, so you got me on the Shaggy thing.
Well, that
you
was
got
the-
me on the Shaggy thing. You nailed me on that. Well, let me ask you this. Here's another problem I've got. I'm on the aisle. I'm not controlling the window. The guy who sits in the window controls the window.
Yes.
Okay. I've got a little bit of a problem with. I want my window up. I want the window up. I've paid for this ticket. I want to see I want to see where we're going.
So if you want to see where you're going, you need to pay for the window. You need to sit by the window.
You could also ask the guy, say, "Hey, could you roll up the window for me for a
And by
little
the way,
bit?"
why are you wearing a toboggan when it's 90
Yeah.
degrees?
Have you ever watched Scooby Doo?
Yeah,
How do you
of
feel
course.
about Shaggy?
Yeah.
No, I just see this as a trend. Now I understand when, for example, you're taking a late afternoon flight and you're trying to keep the plane as cool as possible, and so all the windows are down. But I'm just not a big fan of this trend of being in the plane and you can't see out the window.
Well, he also could have a vision problem to where the light makes his eyes hurt, so that's why he had the window down. In addition to wearing the toboggan.
But there were multiple people on this flight
Dave-
that never opened the
You
window.
just got on the flight with a bunch of people that had a lot of vision problems.
Yeah, Dave. Dave, you're sitting next to a man with some kind of cancer that requires him to wear a toboggan
And he's going blind.
and light sensitivity issues, and you're just like, man, this guy, he keeps his window down.
Here's something else that happened to me. I had the aisle seat, and the cold air conditioning vent is blowing right on me.
Then close it.
Well, but if you sit in
Dave,
the window
this
seat, you
is-
control that.
This is a scenario of manufactured suffering, and
Now that may be
you
true.
seem to be so. I don't know. Like you just seem to want to complain about it
no, I'm not really.
when
not,
you could easily just
I'm really not complaining. I'm just trying to know the etiquette of it because I noticed today that when the guy who was in the window seat took a little nap, okay, that's when I adjusted the air conditioning.
And that's also when you could have reached over and opened the window.
I didn't want to reach across a person. That's. I'm from Harrison
Saying.
County. That's usually aggressive.
I would like to rejoin this conversation with some data. Go ahead and then finish.
Oh,
and then
no,
I'll
I'm
leave.
ready.
Okay.
I want the data.
I was just going to say that I believe that the cartoon gang member that you might be thinking about, gang meaning like gang of kids, not like
Right.
East Side, West Side, might be Mushmouth from Fat Albert.
That's what I was thinking. Wasn't sure which group it was, but
That-
I just picture him.
That's the closest one that I could come to. The other one would maybe be Clue Club, but that wasn't very famous.
Mushmouth.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might because he had the toboggan that was pulled down
I
way
know.
over his
What
head.
a, what a politically correct character Mushmouth was.
Yeah, well, I mean, in this day and age, with considering the
seriously.
context,
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But
So forget
but-
about that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that I can't think of anybody else that had the hat pulled down over their head. like that.
That probably means maybe I need to go back and just pay a little bit more attention.
Hey, but
to
you got the date
Scooby-Doo.
right. You got the date right.
I suppose I did. But we still didn't really get to the answer.
But you know what we did do?
What?
We successfully avoided talking about sports
I got so many
because
sports
I
things
asked
listed.
one question.
That's good. You know what? I think you guys should wear the same T-shirt every day.
I was kind of
No.
thinking the same thing. It could
Well,
be
wait
like
a minute. Well, we burn out the bid if we did it every day.
unless we get somebody to pay for it.
Well, now you're talking.
Right?
That's why you're
yeah.
the EP
So
of the show.
the sponsored twin T-shirts, we'd have the same T-shirts and then maybe share the sponsor tag. They could sit side by side and and the sponsor tag joins together, so it reads all the way across or something. Give me a call. We
maybe
can work something out.
like a T-shirt Monday or something like that. We're always looking for something to like kickstart the show, especially on Monday.
Yeah, matching T-shirt. Yeah, and maybe we can sell them on our eBay shop when in the commercial break.
The Metro News merch shop.
Did you use the breaking news sounder when the news broke about Aaron Rodgers, Coop?
No, I didn't. You want to use it?
Well, I mean
it's
the
not breaking
story
anymore.
Well, just make sure we got it because I just want to make sure we have it. We have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. WVU baseball, Marshall softball wrapped up this weekend after going to the NCAA tournament. They had a really good season. Did you see my Cavaliers won?
I did. Yeah.
Not only did they win, they curb stomped the
They
Pistons
sure
yesterday.
did. Yeah, they sure did.
Am I the only guy in the local media that roots for the Cavs?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think there's others. I don't know.
You got Deuce McBride playing for the Knicks, and so I'm sure there's a lot of sentiment for him and the Knicks and all that. Plus, there's Knicks fans everywhere. You can't really say that about Cavs.
Yeah, that's
fans.
true.
I'm extremely loyal to the Cavs.
You are. You have been for a long
there,
time. Yeah.
I go all the way back to the Bingo Smith era. The Cavs are my team, do or die. So I thought for sure when they lost Game 6 at home that their season was essentially over. Here's one of the things. When was the last time this happened to you? I had to go to bed so early last night. I had no idea that the Cavs won until mid-morning today. I was stunned that they won, and I was stunned when I saw the score.
Yeah, it was a good game for them. Yeah, absolutely.
It was an absolute beatdown. All right, the Reds.
Yeah.
Reese Hines send you a job application?
Yeah, right. Man, the Reds have pitching problems. Just so many pitching problems. Brady Singer's just become like this guy that I love the clip that we have today from Brady Singer. It's like, it's just baseball. Easy for the guy that's giving up like a home run every other pitch right now. It's just baseball. Is that what you tell yourself at night? Because I don't know that it's just baseball to give up like 7 home runs in the last 2 games.
Did you see where the Pirates are calling up the password?
Oh, is that right?
He's coming up.
All right.
Supposedly he's got a bat.
Okay.
So they've been shut out the last 2 games.
Oh,
so
I know. Yeah.
That'll be good. The Dirty Birds are off. It's Monday, so they will play at Gastonia tomorrow. They got a doubleheader on Wednesday. WVU baseball going to the Big 12 tournament this week. They get a double bye. Marshall baseball in the Sun Belt tournament. Oh man, we got so much stuff to talk about. Well, thank you for your contributions to the crosstalk.
You're welcome.
Stephanie,
You're welcome.
Don't be a stranger. We love it when you drop out.
I
drop
try.
in. There you
I would say Heckle and Jekyll, but nobody but us would get it.
That's probably true.
I get Heckle and Jekyll.
Let's take a break.
Oh, yeah,
We're coming right back in a minute.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
When you hired me, you were 29. You seemed like you were 50 when you were 29. You were running that thing like a 50-year-old man. All right, we got to go get some tape. Come on, get out of there.
I think I've sort of always been 50, and I think I'm 50 now.
Yeah, me too.
That's
a
great
point.
Join Tony Caridi, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronewstv.com.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? A lot of times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
West Virginia Metro News. I'm Jack Carlson. The medical examiner has identified a set of human remains discovered in Kanawha County.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Our summery stretch does continue for us on Tuesday with more heat and sunshine. A cold front into Wednesday puts an end to the 90s and kicks off an active stretch with daily shower and thunderstorm potential Wednesday through Sunday. Widespread accumulation in this period in the 1 to 2 inch range. Locally, that 2-inch potential is in the deeper purples toward Clarksburg and Morgantown. So Monday afternoon and evening, a few thunderstorms that may be capable of some damaging winds. That's the risk there, looking to the East Panhandle. Widespread storms mostly to our west on Tuesday, and then we'll see this across much of the region on Wednesday, once more looking east for any storms that may be capable of doing a little bit of damage. 7 p.m. into the evening here, a few thunderstorms possible, then that fizzles out and will stay pretty quiet for most of the day on Tuesday, eventually looking west for the arrival of some showers and thunderstorms, but for the most part that'll hold off until the morning hours on Wednesday. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home. The same cold front coming for us will bring much cooler conditions for Chicago as early as Wednesday. It will be Thursday that you feel the cool down in D.C. and New York, but mid-90s each day if you're in Tampa. Panhandle forecast. Very mild tonight, these lows around 67 to 69 degrees north or closer to daily average highs, then upper 80s and low 90s for our Tuesday. Looking east, where we will similarly stay in mid to upper 60s overnight, but highs here, 96 Charlestown, looking to Petersburg for 95 for your Tuesday. We'll see widespread 60s overnight. Snowshoe, a quote cooler spot with 61 tonight and only 80 on Tuesday. But a lot of us will find ourselves in the 90s. Similarly, Lewisburg, Union, near 60 tonight, but those areas will also be flirting with 90 for our Tuesday. 92 Charleston, and we'll see cooler but not cold conditions behind that cold front.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti-everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
Is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a moment. Yeah.
The conversation starts long before the game.
He doesn't do this to other guests, but every time I'm on here, he creates distractions.
Disrespectful.
With his phone. I mean,
I have to have the phone on in case Pete Thamel breaks another story.
Join Tony Carini, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television, available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronews.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. We'll get into the sound of sports here in a minute. We'll have the good, the bad, and the ugly coming up a little bit later on in the half hour. Oh, Chef Paul Smith is here at 4:06 to talk about food prep, the restaurant business here in the old WV. And Coop, I got a question that got sent in for Chef Paul before I went on vacation that's going to blow his socks off.
Oh, nice.
So, of all the segments we've done with Paul, this question is coming out of left field, and it's really thought-provoking.
Nice.
So we'll do that at 4:06.
Glad you saved it till you got back.
Hey, I'm seeing the lineups are in for the Reds game with the Phillies. Have you seen the Phillies lineup?
No, I have not.
Guess who's not playing tonight?
Who?
That would be Schwarber's not playing.
Well, good.
Yeah, so that ought to perk you right up,
Hey, man,
right?
Man, that guy mashes. What do they not want him to hit 3 home runs tonight because he crushes the Reds?
Well, my thing is he's tired from running around the bases this weekend against the Pirates. But Lodolo, the lefty's going tonight, so Schwarber's going to get a night off in Philadelphia. That's the good news, I guess. But the bad news for you is that Harper's in the lineup for Philadelphia, and he's just starting to heat up.
Yeah, he is.
About now.
At least it's Lodolo has been a little uneven since he's come back. For the most part,
his ERA's about 9, so you could call it uneven. I guess.
He's only had 2 starts.
That's true.
That's not that many innings, and he got lit up at the end of his last start. But unless it's Chase Burns starting, it's like flip a coin. Who knows what's going to happen? He's been about the only bright spot. It's been better recently.
Since I was coming back today, I did a little research on the old Reds, and right now, De La Cruz is on pace for a 40-40.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. He's
on a pace for 40-40.
And not to mention, in a league that hits 240, his batting average is right around 290, something like that, and he's been keeping it there. Now, who knows how the season plays out for him, but he's hitting from both sides of the plate, hitting much better right-handed than he has his entire career.
Hey, how fired up do you get when the Reds play the Guardians? Is it a big deal to you, this Battle of Ohio?
I think we briefly talked about this once before. I got to be honest with you. I have zero heat for Cleveland. The only heat I get for Cleveland is when they do these goofy things on social media before it where they'll do something like, where's Cincinnati or whatever.
Yes, I want to get to that.
Which, frankly, it's I guess if I cared, it would make me mad, but it's I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, who are the Guardians to be running any kind of smack? I don't know. It doesn't really bother me all that much.
Well, a couple of things. First of all, since I was in St. Pete this week, I didn't have to endure any Reds blackouts.
Oh, yeah,
so I
right.
saw
So you got to see some. Yeah,
I saw some stuff. And also, if you're here in Charleston, the Guardians are also blacked out.
Right. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, right.
So it's kind of nice to watch those teams. But I did see some Reds fans were really clutching their pearls about the fact that Cleveland fans were booing De La Cruz. What do you expect? I mean, he's one of the best players in the game. He comes into your ballpark. You expect to give him the Bronx cheer or whatever? Come on.
I'm not real sure where this started at. I heard TV started with, or I don't know if they started it, but Sadak on TV was, what's this we're hearing?
Ooh.
Booze for De La Cruz. Well, I know that when Cleveland comes into town and Ramirez comes up to the plate, they give him a polite applause. What's with this? And I'm thinking, man, of all things to get upset over when you go into enemy territory and your best player comes up to the plate. I mean, I don't know that they need to roll out the red carpet for him. I mean, Brandon Phillips fed off of Pittsburgh fans getting at him.
Well, sure.
That was part of what made that guy play.
It's a ball game, man. Have you ever gone to an opposing stadium where Pete Rose would come to the plate?
Yeah, man. I mean, I really, and the TV crew was like, he plays the game so upstandingly, and he's a nice man, and he plays. Who cares? I mean, yes, I'm a big Ellie fan. Don't get me wrong, but if you're going into somebody else's territory, you're going to get heckled.
Well, of course. I mean, it's actually a sign of respect, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
If they were silent, sitting on their hands, they'd be like, you don't fear me at all? You know, I mean, man. In my opinion, the Reds broadcast situation is, in general, I don't know if they started this conversation or if they just picked up on it, but either thing, not a real great look.
No. Okay, here's the other thing, too. I don't really understand this whole Cleveland social media, like, let's send the Reds back across the border. We own Ohio. You know, is it supposed to be shade that Guardians fans think that the Reds live in Kentucky? I don't understand. If that's the plan, that is really weak sauce.
I haven't got that, and this has been going on for a few seasons. I do not get it at all. And maybe it's from not being a native. Hey, I know our show reaches over into Ohio. If you have a different opinion, let us know. You know, call us or send us a text or something. Let us know, like, kind of how that makes you feel, where it starts at, because I see it, and I'm like,
yeah, really.
You know,
no
I'm like,
kidding.
Oh boy, well, you got me good.
So,
I mean, what?
That the city of
supposed to
Cincinnati
be?
is close to the border of Kentucky? That's supposed to be like a bad thing?
So I'm supposed to be impressed that Cleveland can read a map?
Geography. Look into it.
Good job, Guardians.
That's so funny. It's like, okay, so. Well, I just don't even understand it.
I don't either. I'm the same way, and maybe it's because I'm a fan of Cincinnati, but I'm not a native Ohio.
Okay.
And maybe it's different if you're from Ohio and you feel that way. I don't like the WVU Marshall thing. People don't get that if you're not in the state necessarily. So maybe it has something to do with that. But for me, it seems silly.
All right, we're 40 minutes into the first hour, and I haven't put out the question of the day.
Oh, you better do that.
So let's do that. The Sports Business Journal released its best sports business cities in the United States list today. Atlanta is number one. Followed by New York, Indianapolis, Charlotte, and Minneapolis is number 5. And I will get Carl Lee's take on that when he gets here at 5 o'clock. So here's the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Solango Law. If you could move to any city for its sports culture, venues, and fan experience, where are you going? Okay? If you could move to any city solely for its sports culture, venues, and fan experience, where are you going? And actually, since I posted it on social media, a couple of people have responded. You know.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, funny how that works,
apps?
right?
Yeah, that's apps, right?
That's funny how that works. Text line 304-TALK 304-304-8255-304. I'm on X too, at Weekly, WEEKLEY. A couple of interesting text messages here. Let's see. From the Crosstalk, 304-261. Wow, Dave's a celebrity. He flies to Tampa to get a haircut. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. Let's see what else. Oh, toboggan talk from the Crosstalk, 304-941. Dave, I got a guy that works with me that wears a toboggan all year long, in all caps, by the way. He has no other reason except that he thinks it's fashionable. Ryan is making more of the question than it needs to be, as usual. Let's see. 571-209. Dave, love the crosstalk. And actually getting to see Stephanie in the box. That's Frankie in Martinsburg. Frankie, I'm with you on that. I thought that was nice, too. 304-685. Talking about toboggans and characters in cartoons that wear toboggans. Dave, what about Jughead? Coop, Jughead doesn't wear a toboggan. Jughead wears like what they called back in the 30s and the 40s a whoopee cap, right? That's not a toboggan.
Yeah, right.
But he, technically, headgear is sort of a thing for Jughead. But that was a good call. You know what? Let's get into a little bit of the sound of sports before we run out of time in this segment, because we had a lot of good stuff today. It's NASCAR Monday. Sunday was the debut of the All-Star race at Dover. Denny Hamlin tamed the Monster Mile, took home the $1 million prize, steered clear of trouble for his second All-Star race victory, leading the final 30 laps and outdueling Chase Briscoe, avoiding the 8 caution flags that involved 23 of the 36 drivers in the field.
White flag, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. for Denny Hamlin to wrap up the $1 million prize in NASCAR's All-Star Race.
Well, he hasn't missed the mark all day. He's done everything that we expected him to do. So Denny Hamlin lived up to all the hype and all the expectations today.
Whoop their butts. Third straight win at Dover, counting 2-point races and the All-Star.
Coca-Cola 600, the longest race of the season, will take place next weekend in Charlotte. Here's Denny Hamlin after the race on his win in the All-Star race in Dover.
It makes it a lot easier when you got a car this fast, honestly. But hats off this whole Progressive team. I want to say what's up to Trish and Mari and everyone at Progressive. Got to see all their employees and agents this past week. But we strive to be number one. We did it today.
All right. So, at the PGA Championship outside Philly, Aaron Rai, who's probably best known as the guy on the tour who plays with two gloves, won his first major title. Rai fired a 5 under 65 in the final round for a 3-stroke win over runners-up John Rahm and Alex Smalley. The shot of the day, his 68.5-foot putt at the par 3 17th hole.
This was a knockout blow.
Take a bow, Aaron Rai.
68 feet and a little more down for the count.
There you go. So Rai gets a 5-year exemption on the PGA Tour and an invitation to the Masters, the U.S. Open, and the British Open for the next 5 years. He's also welcomed back for life at the PGA Championship and earned $3.7 million for winning this major. Here he is on winning the PGA Championship yesterday.
Very surreal, Amanda. As you said, it's been a bit of a frustrating season. So to be stood here is definitely outside of my wildest imagination. But I think just really good consistency over the last few weeks in terms of practice. Body's been feeling great and really enjoyed the course this week and continued to hold the rounds together as the week went on. So, phenomenal to be stood here.
Major League Baseball in Pittsburgh. Rough weekend for the Bucks. On Sunday, the Phils' Zach Wheeler tossed 7 shutout innings. Bryce Harper took the Pirates' ace Paul Skeens deep, and the Phillies blanked the Bucks 6-0 for a 3-game sweep. Harper led off the 6th with his 12th home run of the year.
Harper, Bohm, and Marsh will come up against Paul Skeens.
Fly ball, left center field. Hit pretty well. Mangum going back toward the wall. It is gone! Into the Phillies bullpen. Bryce Harper has just added to the lead.
It's into the Phillies bullpen, and Bryce Harper, with his 12th home run of the season, he's gone deep off of Paul Skeens. And the Phillies with a 3-0 lead.
The Pirates have lost 4 of 5, and after having tonight off, open a 3-game stay in St. Louis tomorrow night. Skeens tied a career high by giving up 5 runs in 5+, allowing 6 hits, struck out 7, and walked 1. Here's Skeens on the loss.
Just didn't execute a few pitches, and they did a good job there. So, I'll have to rewatch it.
Harper and Schwarber have been pretty impactful in the series heading in today. Just curious if you and Davis had any particular plan of attack you wanted to execute against them, and how do you feel like you executed against those guys?
Yeah, for them, other than one pitch, I thought it was really good against them. So, and sometimes you throw a pitch and they don't take a yard, so I can't get too hung up on that.
In Cleveland, the Reds dropped the rubber game of their series with the Guardians 10-3. Brady Singer continues to give up home runs. Cleveland took him deep 3 times on Sunday, including rookie Chase DeLauder from Hedgesville High, circling the bases with a 2-run shot in the first inning.
Chase DeLauder 0 for 8 this weekend, batting .278, 6 homers, 26 RBIs. DeLauder with a drive to deep right, away, back and gone. A line drive, 2-run home run for Chase DeLauder. His 7th, a team-high 28 RBIs, and it's 2-0 Cleveland. And that shot out of here in a hurry. Brady Singer has now given up 12 home runs, 9 home runs allowed in his last 4 starts, plus this first inning.
How about DeLauder with Country Roads as his walk-up music? That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I heard it all weekend, yep.
Cleveland hit 6 home runs against Reds pitching yesterday. Reds have lost 9 of 10 on the road. They open a 3-game set in Philly tonight. Nick Lodolo goes for the Reds against the Phil's Andrew Painter. Let's take a break. We're back with the good, the bad, and the ugly in a minute.
Metro
Sports Hotline, brought to you by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
For your daily fix of sports in West Virginia, there's only one stop.
I would imagine a group of you got together and watched the Mountaineers last night. What were your thoughts on that performance?
It was funny, we were sitting with a guy last night, and he said, all right, I'm going to go put $1,000 on it. Well, down the stretch of that ball game, he's looking at us like, are you kidding me? And sure enough, the Mountaineers came back. I saw him today. He said, yep, I'm putting another $1,000 on them tomorrow.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Calva Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Calva Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Calva GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Calva GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
All right, here we go with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's start the week with a segment that puts the spotlight on the best and the worst of the weekend. Puts things into perspective. We stole the title from one of our favorite movies, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I've got my list. Coop has his. We have not seen each other's list, so let's begin. Coop, what's your good?
My good is Michaela Esposito. She's 21, and she will become the first woman to represent the United States at the Welding World Skills Competition in Shanghai this September. The Washtenaw Community College student won the USA World Trials in Alabama earlier this year and trains 80 hours a week.
Wow, 80 hours a week?
80 hours a week she trains welding at 21 years old.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's my good. That's my good.
My good is WVU baseball heading into the Big 12 tourney. Man, they're doing a lot of stuff right.
Yeah,
they're in the top 30 in the nation in batting average. They're just outside the top 10 in team ERA. They're doing a lot of things right. I mean, I think they're kind of a hot underdog coming in this week. They didn't win the regular season title. Kansas did that. But they've had a great season. That's my good. What's your bad?
My bad is I'm going to go with bad of the bone because I have all these stories that I had saved last week and couldn't use them. So Annie Kohler, she's 79, known as Annie the Hot Rod Granny, received a 1957 Cadillac from her son, who owns a racing engine shop. The mother and son duo embarked on a 4,200-mile trip where she participated in burnouts and won 2 championships.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, my bad, I worked on this when I was at the beach. I had Sal Stewart. I mean, he's just been in a funk. But
my goodness.
But he had 2 hits yesterday.
Yeah,
He had 2 hits yesterday. So he is 13 for 78 with a homer and 17 Ks over the last 20 games. Now, he was the rookie of the month in April, and maybe he's starting to come out of it. But I'm going to go with that. That's my bad. What's your ugly?
Stewart is a microcosm of the Reds team. Basically, exactly what happened to the team has also happened to Stewart. My ugly is a dairy cow wandering onto Route 116 in Sunderland, Maryland, caused a head-on crash around 2 a.m. Late last week. 11 people across 2 vehicles were all injured. The cow did not survive, but the people did.
My ugly is the Ronda Rousey fight this
my
weekend.
Goodness.
So Rousey defeated Gina Carano in 17 seconds.
The best friends.
17 seconds.
They were so happy to make $1 million.
Yeah, Gina lost 100 pounds to make weight, but didn't make it half a minute.
She didn't make it 30 seconds.
She didn't make it 30 seconds.
There wasn't even a punch thrown, I don't think. I don't know. Like, Ronda was all over her and put her in that armbar in like 2 seconds.
17 seconds. Yeah, that's my ugly. How can you watch that?
At least you only had to pay for Netflix. You didn't have to actually pay like an old school pay-per-view.
Thank goodness for that. That's my ugly. All right, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We do it every Monday at this time. Let's take a quick break. We're back to wrap the hour in just a moment.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Being blind doesn't always look how others.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? A lot of times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
I always said I was going to move to a mountain in Tucker County, but probably going to put a data center on it, so I got to find a new plan.
Oh, you did not.
Oh, I did. Told you I was a little grumpy today.
Oh, man, you got some zingers today, Dave. I love it.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronewstv.com.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at wvhtf.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Well, that was the end of this is the end of the first hour of the first show after my vacation, and we're still on the air. So there's that. We will take a quick break here for news at the top of the hour. When we come back, what's going on Wall Street on the first day of the week? Looks like NASDAQ and the S&P may close in the negative. We'll run that down. We'll reset our question of the day. Chef Paul Smith's going to be here to talk about food prep, the restaurant business here in West Virginia. You got a question or a comment? By the way, for those of you who've already sent them in, I've seen them. We will get to them. The text line here is 304-TALK 304, 304-8255 304. I'm on X2 at Weekly WEEKLEY. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Our summery stretch does continue for us on Tuesday with more heat and sunshine. A cold front into Wednesday puts an end to the 90s and kicks off an active stretch with daily shower and thunderstorm potential Wednesday through Sunday. Widespread accumulation in this period in the 1 to 2 inch range. Locally, that 2-inch potential is in the deeper purples toward Clarksburg and Morgantown. So Monday afternoon and evening, a few thunderstorms that may be capable of some damaging winds. That's the risk there. Looking to the East Panhandle. Widespread storms mostly to our west on Tuesday, and then we'll see this across much of the region on Wednesday, once more looking east for any storms that may be capable of doing a little bit of damage. 7 p.m. into the evening here, a few thunderstorms possible, then that fizzles out and will stay pretty quiet for most of the day on Tuesday, eventually looking west for the arrival of some showers and thunderstorms, but for the most part that'll hold off until the morning hours on Wednesday. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home. The same cold front coming for us will bring much cooler conditions for Chicago as early as Wednesday. It will be Thursday that you feel the cool down in D.C. and New York, but mid-90s each day if you're in Tampa. Panhandle forecast. Very mild tonight. These lows around 67 to 69 degrees north or closer to daily average highs. Then upper 80s and low 90s for our Tuesday. Looking east, where we will similarly stay in mid to upper 60s overnight, but highs here 96 Charlestown. Looking to Petersburg for 95 for your Tuesday. We'll see widespread 60s overnight. Snowshoe, a quote cooler spot with 61 tonight and only 80 on Tuesday. But a lot of us will find ourselves in the 90s. Similarly, Lewisburg, Union near 60 tonight, but those areas will also be flirting with 90 for our Tuesday. 92 Charleston, and we'll see cooler but not cold conditions behind that cold front.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. Hour number 2, how do you do? Metro News Hotline, keeping you company here in West Virginia every weekday afternoon on the Metro News Radio Network. We get going every weekday beginning at 3:06 and take you through the afternoon right up until the bitter end, right up until 6 o'clock. Thanks so much for tuning in today, folks. I really do appreciate it. And wherever you're listening to the show today, inside the state of West Virginia or beyond the borders of the WV, just trying to get a read on what's going on back home, we hope you're having a good day. Man, Coop, we didn't even talk about the heat, right? It is smoking outside, 88 degrees. Feels warmer than that. I mean, it was warmer. It's warmer here than it was in St. Pete when I left this morning. So pretty good stuff, pretty good stuff. All right, we got a busy hour for you. We will take a quick peek at what happened in the financial markets. We will reset our question of the day. Chef Paul Smith will be here to talk about food prep, the restaurant business in West Virginia. If you've sent stuff in for Paul already, I've seen that stuff, but we can always use more comments. So send those in, 304-TALK-304, 304-8255-304. I'm on X2 at Weekly, WEEKLEY. A little bit later on in the half hour, we've got the entertainment report. Kristen Burtt's got the Hollywood Dirt coming up in a little over a half an hour. And before we hit the 5 o'clock hour, we'll open up the On This Date file, have the 5 things to know at 5 o'clock in sports. And Carly's going to be here at 5:06 to talk about not just the NFL, but other stuff as well. And there's a lot of stuff to get into with Carl, and I'm looking forward to that. He always comes on in the 5 o'clock hour every Monday, so stay tuned for that. All right, let's go ahead and get into what happened in the financial markets today. This is a pretty interesting day in the markets, where the Dow was up 160 points, 1/3 of 1%. closing at 49,686. S&P 500 was flat today, down but less than 6 points, closing at 7403. NASDAQ down 0.5%, losing 134 points today, 26,090 at the close. This earnings continue to be a big story this week. NVIDIA will report after the bell on Wednesday. Walmart will report on Thursday. And there's a lot of action in the market in the final hour of trading after the president's remarks that he has postponed his attack on Iran for tomorrow. I'm paraphrasing here because of thoughts he's getting from Middle East leaders. That really did not stop some of the energy shares from going up. So we'll get to the price of oil in a second. But here are stocks related to West Virginia that were big percentage winners or losers today. Let's get into a couple of those. Caterpillar was down 2.8%, losing $25 today, $8.63 and change at the close. Also, FMC was down 4.9% or 4.1%, excuse me, losing 58 cents today, $13.59 at the close. There were some winners. Halliburton was up 2.5%, gained $1.03, $42.79 at the close today. Also having a good day, Kroger up 3.3%, tacked on $2.15, $68.17 at the close. And the big integrated oils did pretty well today. ExxonMobil was up 1.7%, added $2.70, $160.62. It's been a while since XOM has been over $160, but that's where it closed today. In the energy space, oil up 0.5%, gained 51 cents. WTI on the NYMEX closed at 105.93. Natural gas at the moment trading up 2.1%, tacked on 6 cents, $3.02 per unit at the moment. And what about the crypto today? Bitcoin is down 1.7%, losing a little more than $1,300. A coin going for $76,923 at the moment. Here's our question of the day. Question of the day. The Sports Business Journal has just released its best sports business cities in the United States today. Atlanta is number 1, followed by New York City, Indianapolis, Charlotte, and Minneapolis. That's the top 5. So the hotline question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law. If you could move to any city solely for its sports culture, venues, and fan experience, where are you going? If you could move to any city for its sports culture, venues, and fan experience, where are you going? You know the text line. You can reach me on X as well. Let me get a couple of these before we talk to Paul. Matt, listening in Utah, he says, Dave, Philadelphia. End of discussion. Jennings, Pittsburgh. More opportunities to see the Steelers and the Penguins play. A lot of great venues to see concerts, arts, and other entertainment events. And, of course, to watch the Reds play at PNC Park, which is my favorite MLB park. Jody on X. Dave, I'd move to Charlotte. In case I didn't like it, I could come home easily. That's good thinking. And Andy Smith says, Dave, this has got to be NYC, Yankee Stadium, Madison Square Garden. End of discussion. Huh. Coop, in the responses, we've got a lot of end of discussion comments.
It's just stop. End of discussion. I like those where people like to say their opinion in
end of discussion.
Which, to be fair, I've heard people fuss about that before. It's like, but for them, it is the end of discussion. That's all they're saying. Well, they're not saying that you and I can't discuss it. They're just saying for them, I don't have anything left to discuss.
The end of the discussion would be the end of the show today, and I got a lot of work to do.
By the way, before you go to Chef Paul, I have to get a text out from the text line.
Okay.
So this is from the 304216. Dave, how hard is it to travel on a plane with a metal detector? Did you find any rings or goodies?
Yeah.
Somebody that listens to the show. I like that.
That's right. Yeah, this goes back a few weeks where my wife said out of the blue that I was too old for a metal detector. So we're still trying to figure that out. Thankfully that didn't come up on our vacation.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it would have been a conversation stopper for sure. Let's get Chef Paul in here to talk about food prep, the restaurant business, and the restaurant business here in West Virginia. How you doing today, Paul?
I'm doing great. And for the record, I don't think you can ever be too old for a metal detector.
I don't know whether to thank you or curse you with that comment. Hey, man, let me ask you this. I was looking on your Facebook page. You're at the 10th anniversary of Let's Get Cooking at the Capitol Market. 10, congratulations on the 10th anniversary. Now, is that firing up this week?
It is. It is. Thursday is our first one. We're going to do some early season tomatoes. We're going to do some cucumbers. We're going to do an herb butter stuffed radish. There's some stuff coming in. So, tomatoes aren't super ripe. So I'm just going to show everyone how, maybe what to do if your tomato is a little hard or a little underripe.
All right. Well, man, first of all, congratulations on your 10th anniversary of that. That's pretty amazing to think about it. When you started that segment at the Capitol Market. By the way, before you answer the question, when is it? And just lay out the parameters for people in the area who might want to go.
Yeah, so it's the third Thursday of the month. It starts around 11:30 and goes till about 12:30, 1 o'clock. We normally do about 3 recipes. It's a demonstration, and it focuses on local, on what's at the market. We cross-brand what's inside and outside, so anything from Johnny's or the Purple Onion. We usually pair or give suggestions to pair food and wine pairing or beer from the wine shop. And, it's every month from now until at least September, depending on what the weather looks like in October. Sometimes we do an extra. And it's sponsored by AARP, which I have to mention. Galen and everyone, Jane Marks, have been absolutely wonderful partners. The market, new director at the market, and Candace are absolutely fantastic to work with. I am stoked for my 10-year. Time flies when you're having fun.
There you go. Hey, you got to watch out for my boy over there, Chuck McGill now. Got to be careful.
Chuck is great.
You got to be careful.
Chuck is great. I mean, he is absolutely doing a great job. I think he's through the, I think when people come in to any new job in a director position, they spend a few months watching, learning, and then get in there and change. So I'm excited to see what his mark will be on the market. I'm excited to have a new director at the market. I mean, the Capitol Market is absolutely a feather in Charleston's cap. I cannot be more excited to start it back up.
Totally agree. And once again, congratulations on your 10th anniversary with that. Okay, we got this question from a listener a couple of weeks ago, and we didn't have time for it, or maybe I missed it. Maybe it came in too late, but I wanted to run it by you. Are you ready?
Ready. Let's do it.
All right. This came in from the 304-685. Dave, this question's for Paul. Paul, if you could cook dinner for someone other than family, either dead or alive, who would you cook for?
Gosh, Julia Child, I think. I would really love to sit down. It would be awesome to sit down with her and Anthony Bourdain at the same table and, just kind of pick their brains and also have them critique the food. I don't think I have enough cojones to do Gordon Ramsay, but, I think that would be absolutely fantastic. I study the chefs that came before us. I think she and he both really, pushed the edge of the envelope. Number one, she did just kind of after James Beard or kind of at the same time. She was kind of one of the first celebrity chefs.
No doubt.
And then Anthony Bourdain really took it to the next level and showed what a chef can do for, bringing cultures together, telling the story, and really thinking outside the box.
Well, okay, coming at this from another direction, you would make a meal for one of these outstanding cooks, artists actually, but you don't know what they're going to say about it. If you made a fantastic meal for like a historical figure or like your favorite sports celebrity, they're going to love it.
Oh, absolutely. I went with a challenge.
Okay.
I went with a challenge. I think I could definitely do, a sports figure and they would probably, love it and eat it up. But, as I study the history of those before me, I think it would be an honor to do that for them.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Another listener question. I'm surprised we haven't got one about this before. And actually, I'm kind of really curious about your answer here. We had a listener who wants to know your secret to crab cakes.
Oh, crab cakes. Well, number one, I always use lump crab or crab that comes from like the body, not claw meat. I think claw meat is saved for crab dips. Claw meat is a little bit stronger. It has a little bit more flavor. I just do, I do 1 egg per pound of crab and then fresh herbs. I normally do a little red onion, a little tiny bit of bell pepper cut up very, very, very small, mayonnaise, lemon zest, a little bit of Dijon or whole grain mustard, tiny bit of panko, but not much, and just enough to make it hold together, and then fold it gently because you really want to find the lumps of crab in it. There's so many crab cakes that are more breading and filler than crab, and that would be a bread cake. I tend to like crab cakes.
All right. Do you like big crab cakes or small cakes? And how do you keep those things to stay together? That's the frustrating part for me.
Yeah, that's where the egg comes in. So if you do 1 egg per pound and a little bit of breadcrumb, either panko or, maybe breadcrumb that you've made from home from stale bread, that is what, and then you can make a little tester. So just form one in your hand. I do put a little panko on the top and bottom before I fry it, and then just sear it and then finish it in the oven. And if it stays together, it stays together. You just be careful. We use a little PVC mold. So we take PVC pipe or a ring mold and cut it, and then stuff it in, but you don't pack it. You really just gently kind of stuff it in the ring mold and then put a little on the top and bottom. So it almost is like, it's almost like an uniced cake on the sides, right? We don't deep fry ours. It's very gentle. And right now, we haven't had a crab cake on the menu for quite some time just because crab is so exorbitantly expensive.
Right.
But right now we have a lobster roll on, but it's kind of the same thing. Just really make sure that the crab is forward. The lemon zest, a touch of Old Bay, and a couple dashes of hot sauce.
So for the listener who sent that in at 304-886, I hope that answered your question. I got a lot of information out of that. Hey, quickly, I've got a couple of minutes here, but I did want to ask you about this. I sent you a note about the best time of the year to buy cabbage, and I guess and since we're talking about the 10th anniversary of Let's Get Cooking at the Capitol Market, what are we looking at this week? I mean, for people who are going out there to watch the cooking class you're going to have on Thursday morning, what vegetables, what's out there that we should be looking to buy right now, the middle of May?
Yeah, I mean, hydroponic tomatoes, cucumbers, okra, radish. There's a lot of herbs, starters, things like that. Probably coming into, there may be some zucchini blossoms. It's really kind of early in the season, so that's why we're going to take the tomatoes and season them and herb and a little garlic and roast them in the oven. So we really kind of bring out that tomato flavor because, not until late spring, early summer will the tomatoes be really in bloom. As far as cabbage goes, spring, summer, fall, winter. Cabbage is kind of, whenever. I know it's a tradition, New Year's Day.
Right.
I think, spring, May, March to May, July to October. I don't know if cabbage is one of those things that, depending on which cabbage you want, there's so many different kinds. It's almost like can be year round.
All right, got to leave it there. Paul, thanks for jumping on with us today. Lots of good stuff in this segment. We do this every Monday at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. Have a great week. Get back to work, and I'll talk to you next Monday.
Thanks, guys. Always a pleasure.
All right, there you go. Chef Paul Smith every Monday at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. By the way, Coop, I had a chance, on vacation last week at the beach. I had a little more chance to peruse my Facebook. And I tell you what, Bad Happy Burrito that he's got operating out in Putnam County is getting a lot of really positive feedback.
Yeah, I see it too. Yeah.
A lot of positive stuff. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll come back with the entertainment report in just a minute.
Don't forget about our podcast. Check out your favorite podcast provider or simply go to wvmetronews.com and click on the podcast link. This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
What do you know about hot dogs? Because we've been all about hot dogs this week.
I love hot dogs, and I love them with Miracle Whip.
Oh, God, I forgot. Never mind.
And onions.
Okay.
I actually, yesterday morning, I had a hot dog for breakfast at 6:45 with onions and Miracle Whip.
And with that, we'll be back right after this.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
The Ad Council.
A contestant on The Price is Right recently won the largest single episode prize in the show's history. One night with Drew Carey.
Researchers studying the 59,000-year-old teeth of a Neanderthal believe they found the first evidence of an attempt to fill a cavity. The evidence was this stone tablet denying coverage.
FIFA announced that this year's World Cup final will have a halftime show featuring Madonna, Shakira, and BTS, which is being described as something for everyone to dislike.
All right, welcome back to the show, 428 on Metro News Hotline. About halfway home on this edition. Kristen Burtt's got the Hollywood Dirt coming up in about 5 minutes, but now it's time for Talkin' TV and more. Here are the latest entertainment headlines from ABC.
ABC Entertainment News.
Michael is back on top.
biopic reclaimed the #1 spot at the box office this weekend. It passed the $600 million mark globally and is now the top-grossing music biopic of all time in North America. Bulgaria celebrated its first ever victory at the Eurovision Song Contest. Dara finished 173 points ahead of Israel's Noam Batan with her song Bangaranga. It's the largest winning margin in the contest's history.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
Mel Brooks' entire career archive will soon be on display at the National Comedy Center. The collection includes nearly 150,000 documents and over 5,000 photographs, some dating back to World War II. The actor and filmmaker is credited with reshaping the cinematic comedy world with films like The Producers and Blazing Saddles. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Mike, thank you. We'll take a break for local news here at the bottom of the hour. When we come back, it'll be time for Kristyn Burtt with the Hollywood Dirt. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. A 12-member Vigo County jury deliberating the fate of Timothy Kennedy, the Beach Creek man charged with murdering State Police Sergeant.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Our summery stretch does continue for us on Tuesday with more heat and sunshine. A cold front into Wednesday puts an end to the 90s and kicks off an active stretch with daily shower and thunderstorm potential Wednesday through Sunday. Widespread accumulation in this period in the 1 to 2 inch range. Locally, that 2-inch potential is in the deeper purples toward Clarksburg and Morgantown. So Monday afternoon and evening, a few thunderstorms that may be capable of some damaging winds. That's the risk there, looking to the East Panhandle. Widespread storms mostly to our west on Tuesday, and then we'll see this across much of the region on Wednesday, once more looking east for any storms that may be capable of doing a little bit of damage. 7 p.m. into the evening here, a few thunderstorms possible, then that fizzles out and will stay pretty quiet for most of the day on Tuesday, eventually looking west for the arrival of some showers and thunderstorms, but for the most part that'll hold off until the morning hours on Wednesday. FlySair W forecast, it starts at home. The same cold front coming for us will bring much cooler conditions for Chicago as early as Wednesday. It will be Thursday that you feel the cool down in D.C. and New York, but mid-90s each day if you're in Tampa. Panhandle forecast. Very mild tonight, these lows around 67 to 69 degrees north or closer to daily average highs, then upper 80s and low 90s for our Tuesday. Looking east, where we will similarly stay in mid to upper 60s overnight, but highs here, 96 Charlestown, looking to Petersburg for 95 for your Tuesday. We'll see widespread 60s overnight. Snowshoe, a quote cooler spot with 61 tonight and only 80 on Tuesday. But a lot of us will find ourselves in the 90s. Similarly, Lewisburg, Union near 60 tonight, but those areas will also be flirting with 90 for our Tuesday. 92 Charleston, and we'll see cooler but not cold conditions behind that cold front.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
Is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a moment. Yeah.
The conversation starts long before the game.
He doesn't do this to other guests, but every time I'm on here, he creates distractions.
Disrespectful.
With his phone. I mean,
I have to have the phone on in case Pete Thamel breaks another story.
Oh, yeah.
Join Tony Carini, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronews.com.
All right, welcome back. 26 minutes till the hour. Kristyn Burtt's got the Hollywood Dirt here in just a couple of minutes. Let me do a quick reset on our question of the day. The Sports Business Journal has just released its official rankings of the best sports business cities in the United States for this year, 2026. Atlanta is number 1, followed by New York City, Indianapolis, Charlotte, and Minneapolis. That's the top 5. You know, when the Carl Lee gets here in the 5 o'clock hour, we'll go a little deeper. The Sports Business Journal listed 50 cities, and it's kind of interesting when you take a look at what cities kind of get penalized in this list for not having all 4 pro major sports. And there are some college towns that got listed in the top 50. We'll talk a little bit about that when we get into the 5 o'clock hour. The question of the day is, and it's sponsored by Salango Law, if you could move to any city purely for its sports culture, venues, and fan experience, where are you going? If you could move to any city purely for its sports culture, venues, and fan experience, where are you going? To respond, text those in. 304-TALK, 304 304-8255, 304. I'm on Exit Weekly, WEEKLEY. One word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. Kristyn Burtt is here with the Hollywood Dirt, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Kristyn, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Thanks for coming on the show. All right. So, you know, you and I have done lots of segments together, and I think we've talked about James Bond, the next James Bond, probably, I don't know, over the course of your appearances here. What do you think? Maybe 10 times? Do you think? So what's the story on this? Are we finally centering in on who's going to follow Daniel Craig as 007?
We are at the preliminary rounds for this. They announced that they just started auditioning men to play this role, which is kind of shocking to me because we know that the last movie we saw from James Bond was in 2021's No Time to Die. So it's been a while. It's been 5 years. Amazon MGM Studios now has the full creative control, so it's no longer under the longtime Bond producers of Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson. So now the speculation begins, like, who should be the next James Bond?
So Idris Elba was always considered to be the front runner, but he's definitely out of the running, right?
100%. He has taken himself out of the running. He said, it is not me. I know that Callum Turner seems to be the odds-on favorite over the years. Jacob Elordi, I think, has become a front runner as well. So kind of interesting to see who wants to tackle this role. I'm going to assume, too, it's going to be someone maybe in their late 30s, early 40s, so that they can grow with the role.
Well, wasn't there some thought that maybe even somebody like Tom Holland, Spider-Man, might be interested in being James Bond?
Yeah, his name's been thrown around. Harris Dickinson, Aaron Taylor Johnson has been a big name. Theo James from The White Lotus. Like, we've heard a lot of these names over and over again, but no one's name has really stuck. And now it's the fact that they're doing auditions makes me think that they might want an unknown, someone that they can just, you know, have that star-turning moment as James Bond.
Well, the other thing is, now that Amazon controls the franchise, there's talk that there's going to be a new James Bond, but there's probably going to have to be a new star of a James Bond TV series that's going to be streaming that may not be the same person.
Absolutely. Now that they have the full creative control, I think that the James Bond universe, they will definitely exploit it. It's going to expand. Hopefully not too much, because we've seen the backlash, or something like Marvel. People just get that fatigue. Star Wars had to contract for a while, and now we're seeing it expand again. So hopefully they are smart about it.
Well, when the chatter started after Daniel Craig said he was retiring as 007 and this role would go to somebody else, There were all kinds of crazy theories out there. At one point, there was the idea that 007 might be a woman.
Absolutely. And that idea has been tossed around a lot. It seems like we are back to James Bond being a man. But I think that this universe could spin off to another spy to be a female. And that's maybe where the TV series could come into play.
All right. And so one of the things about this story that's kind of making news is that Nina Gold is the person that's going to cast this role, or she's going to have a big part of it. And she's helped create shows like The Crown and Game of Thrones and Baby Reindeer. So she's got a lot of experience here.
She absolutely does, and she knows exactly what she's doing. So I wouldn't even worry about this. She's got things under control. She's probably been scouting long before they ever even announced these auditions. We're getting ready to wrap The Late Show on CBS. Last week late, you had all the hosts of all the late night shows come on with Stephen Colbert. And, I was hearing, it was kind of a unique situation where they got everybody together for one last television appearance on The Late Show. And one of the things that made it easy for all those guys to do, they all had to appear in the upfronts that the networks are putting together now. What kind of juicy bits did we get from those upfront presentations? This is amazing to actually say. Over the last decade, we've been like, broadcast television is dying. It's all about streaming. Well, guess what? We can thank Gen Z for wanting more episodes and actually going back to network TV, because what we are seeing is a lot of shows were not canceled, which is amazing. They are all four networks, and we're talking about Fox, ABC, NBC, and CBS. They're all adding dramas to the schedule. But the biggest thing, and I think this is fascinating, mid-season is the new fall. So the fall is kind of reserved for a lot of live sports, football, of course, because that's a big moneymaker. And then the big shows, a lot of them are going to be coming back or making their debut in late January, early February.
All right. I got to ask, let me ask you, talking about television, I was on vacation last week, and I did get a chance to watch Dutton Ranch on Paramount Plus. Did you see that?
I did. And, I feel like this is the one we've been waiting for a while.
Yeah.
Haven't we been waiting for this spinoff? I feel like it's been ages since they announced it.
I kind of felt like that spinoff of Yellowstone had a much more Yellowstone universe feel than Marshall's on CBS.
Absolutely. And I felt like that they were very clear, like, we are moving on from Yellowstone. The way the episodes moved, they were just like, Dutton Ranch is moving forward. We're not really looking back as much.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. All right. Let's get away from television and let's get what people are watching in the theater. And once again this week, it's Michael. I mean, it continues to bring people into the theater.
Yeah, I listened. It earned $26 million at the box office, and this is the fourth weekend of its release. So North America, it's earned $283 million, and globally over $703 million. The only thing that has beaten it globally is Queen, and that record's at $911 million. But I think that Michael eventually will supplant that record.
All right, you were telling me that you and some of your girlfriends were going to go see The Devil Wears Prada 2. Did that happen?
It did, and it was so much fun just to have a night out with the girls. I feel like we haven't really done that since Barbie. So I love the fact that we have movies for everyone out right now. And I think that's showing at the box office because overall ticket sales are up 16% over last year so far.
So do you think that the I don't want to say the unexpected success of Michael has been a surprise, but did the hype and the follow-through for Michael, did it hurt the Devil Wears Prada 2 at the box office?
I think the expectations of Devil Wears Prada 2 were exactly what you thought it was going to be. It's going to be a sequel. It's not going to be as good as the first one. It's going to be fun. It's a great night out. But Michael, I think, speaks to so many more generations, people across, different countries and continents. And I think that he was a global pop star, and that's what it speaks to.
Got to wrap it up. We're talking with Kristyn Burtt, the Hollywood Dirt. Hey, I've got to ask you about the season finale of Saturday Night Live, wrapping up season 51. That sounds crazy to even say that number, but there's been a lot of talk about Lorne Michaels, and a lot of people are trying to read things into what's happening on the show to the point where when the show ended on Saturday night, that his name on the credits was up for an unusually long period of time, and some people were reading into that maybe that was his final show. But that doesn't seem to be what the tea leaves are saying, that he's going to be around for a while, that Saturday night's season finale for season 51 is not the last show for him.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people thought with Will Ferrell and Paul McCartney as the final guests of the season that this was his final show. Exactly as you're saying, it doesn't look like he is going to retire, and I'm going to tell you why. He knows that if he retires, NBC is going to gut that Saturday Night Live budget. And over 300 people work on that show, and he is not going to retire. He's going to keep on working to keep that show running.
Here's something that's funny. I didn't get a chance to watch the show, but a lot of the Saturday Night Live clips are into my algorithm that I have on YouTube. And a couple of these skits that Will Ferrell did were dropped for time on the show on Saturday, including the one Hormuz Jeff. And I got to say, I didn't realize that until I knew you were coming on the show today. That sketch was hilarious. That should have made the air.
Yeah, it's so interesting because I don't know if I ever discussed this, I used to do extra work back in college on Saturday Night Live, and they do two shows on Saturday. They do Saturday Night Live Dead at 8, and then you do the live show at 11:30, and so it's a 2-hour show at 8 p.m., and that's when they cut sketches, and sometimes the audience doesn't love it, and so it gets cut from the live show, and you just never know what's going to land sometimes for that live show.
Coop, I know you're not a Will Ferrell fan, but I got to tell you, man, he had some pretty funny stuff on this show on Saturday night.
That was really like the beginning era of our show that I wasn't all that. I've softened on Will Ferrell considerably in the last decade or so. I'm fine with him. I'm not going to rush out and see everything he does, but he seems like an okay guy, and his stuff is funny. And I haven't had a chance to watch this SNL yet. I will because McCartney's on it, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of chat. Kristen, weigh in on this too. There's been a lot of talk about McCartney's appearance on the show. And some people are saying that maybe he shouldn't perform live anymore. I kind of feel like he can do whatever he wants. What's your take on that?
He's music royalty. Please, he's Sir Paul McCartney. You're not going to tell him what to do. Let him perform live.
Yeah, it's funny too because you had people who were saying he doesn't have it anymore, and then there are others who say that his appearance on the show on Saturday was by far the highlight of the whole season.
Yeah, and I think for considering his age, because as you age, your vocal quality does change. I still think he sounds good. There's a lot of other performers who are much younger that don't have that same vocal range that he has.
All right, got to leave it there. Kristen, thanks for coming on the show. I'll talk to you next week at the same time. Have a great week.
You too. Thank you.
All right, Kristyn Burtt with the Hollywood Dirt. All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll open up the On This Date file in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti-everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
Is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a moment. Yeah.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is 10 minutes till the hour, so let's go ahead and get into the On This State file. We'll start with the birthdays, and as always, we start with the sports birthdays because we've got some good ones. Some good ones. From hockey especially. Yari Curry from the Edmonton Oilers, 66 today. Marty McSorley from the Oilers in the 80s is 63 today. How about that? Dario Franchitti, who won the Indianapolis 500 back in 2007, is 53 years old today. Donyell Marshall played at UConn, played for Golden State, 53 years old today. Vince Young, quarterback of the Texas Longhorns, 43 years old. Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy 2 years ago at Colorado, plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars, 23 years old today. Reggie Jackson is 80 years old today.
Doc Ellis pitched a no-hitter at San Diego in June of 1970. He walked 8 in that game, hit a batter, and still pitched a no-hit, no-run game. There's a long drive. That one is going way up. It is off the roof. That hit the transformer up there. A tremendous smash. Only 8 players have hit the ball over the roof here in Detroit. And Jackson nearly did it then out of the ballpark.
Reggie was a 14-time All-Star.
13 times, Kurt.
That is Reggie Jackson taking Doc Ellis of the Pirates nearly out of Tiger Stadium in the 1971 All-Star game. Coop, I had my little face pressed up against the TV. I remember watching that game. I was heartbroken.
Oh.
Absolutely heartbroken when that happened. And, you know, Reggie had so many great moments in his career for a lot of different teams, but that clip gets played a ton. He killed that ball. Reggie. The Reggie Burger. The Reggie Candy Bar. 80 years old today. From television, we were just talking about Saturday Night Live. Tina Fey having a birthday today. She's 56 years old. George Strait. All my exes live in Texas. Yeah, how many number ones does George Strait have? He's got to be 50 or more. He's 74 years old today. Jack Johnson, the singer-songwriter, 51 years old today. Birth anniversaries. How about Brooks Robinson? Brooks Robinson was born on this date in 1937. He died in late September of 2023 at the age of 86. let's flash back to April 19th, 1977, the last home run of Brooks Robinson's career for the Orioles.
3-2 pitch. The pitch is hit high and deep to left field. The game is over. Brooks Robinson with a 3-run homer. And believe it or not, the kids from Baltimore and the veterans from Baltimore win tonight 6-5 on a Brooks Robinson home run. Let's tell you again, Brooks Robinson, a 3-run homer. And the Orioles corralled him right at home plate. They are just climbing all over Brooks Robinson, and the Orioles have won the game 6-5.
That was the last home run for Brooks Robinson. He was an 18-time All-Star, played his entire career with the Orioles. On this date, 1971, the ABA Championship, Game 7, Utah, a winner over the Kentucky Colonels.
Of the American Basketball Association.
Here come the stars from Utah. Here come the stars.
One more baseball clip. 2004, 22 years ago today, Randy Johnson, the big unit, becomes the 16th pitcher to throw a perfect game. It came against the Braves.
A perfect game with 1 out to go. Look at his teammates. Look at Randy Johnson. A perfect game. 13 strikeouts. He faced 27 men. He got them all out. And he gets mobbed by his teammates out by the mound. This looks like the celebration a few years ago when they eliminated the Braves in the playoffs.
And our musical birthday to the break, Rick Wakeman, the keyboardist of Yes, is 77. The 5 things to know at 5 o'clock in sports are next.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
I always said I was going to move to a mountain in Tucker County, but probably going to put a data center on it, so I got to find a new plan.
Oh, you did not.
Oh, I did. Told you it's a little grumpy today.
Oh, man, you got some zingers today, Dave. I love it.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
What do you know about hot dogs? Because we've been all about hot dogs this week.
I love hot dogs, and I love them with Miracle Whip.
Oh, God, I forgot. Never mind. I forgot
and onions.
Okay.
I actually, yesterday morning, I had a hot dog for breakfast at 6:45 with onions and Miracle Whip.
And with that, we'll be back right after this.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Sports headlines at 5 o'clock. Pirates and the Dirty Birds are off tonight, but the Reds are in action in Philadelphia against the Phillies. George Washington is atop the Quad A Metro News power ratings for high school baseball. We'll take a look at that in detail at 5:33. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Our summery stretch does continue for us on Tuesday with more heat and sunshine. A cold front into Wednesday puts an end to the 90s and kicks off an active stretch with daily shower and thunderstorm potential Wednesday through Sunday. Widespread accumulation in this period in the 1 to 2 inch range. Locally, that 2-inch potential is in the deeper purples toward Clarksburg and Morgantown. So Monday afternoon and evening, a few thunderstorms that may be capable of some damaging winds. That's the risk there, looking to the East Panhandle. Widespread storms mostly to our west on Tuesday, and then we'll see this across much of the region on Wednesday, once more looking east for any storms that may be capable of doing a little bit of damage. 7 p.m. into the evening here, a few thunderstorms possible, then that fizzles out and will stay pretty quiet for most of the day on Tuesday, eventually looking west for the arrival of some showers and thunderstorms, but for the most part that'll hold off until the morning hours on Wednesday. FlySair forecast, it starts at home. The same cold front coming for us will bring much cooler conditions for Chicago as early as Wednesday. It will be Thursday that you feel the cool down in D.C. and New York, but mid-90s each day if you're in Tampa. Panhandle forecast. Very mild tonight. These lows around 67 to 69 degrees north or closer to daily average highs. Then upper 80s and low 90s for our Tuesday. Looking east, where we will similarly stay in mid to upper 60s overnight, but highs here 96 Charlestown. Looking to Petersburg for 95 for your Tuesday. We'll see widespread 60s overnight. Snowshoe, a quote cooler spot with 61 tonight and only 80 on Tuesday. But a lot of us will find ourselves in the 90s. Similarly, Lewisburg, Union near 60 tonight, but those areas will also be flirting with 90 for our Tuesday. 92 Charleston, and we'll see cooler but not cold conditions behind that cold front.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. Hour number 3, Metro News Hotline. Thanks so much for tuning in today, folks. Oh, I didn't hear too much of this on my vacation last week. Oh, feels good. That means Carl Lee, the former NFL All-Pro defensive back in the Minnesota Vikings and the Saints, is in the house. How you doing today, Carl?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, Coop, check out Carl. Looks like he just came off the golf course.
Yeah, looks.
You know,
I wish.
Cozy.
Yeah. I wish.
You know, got the half shell working. That's nice. That's nice. How you doing, Carl?
I'm doing pretty good.
How'd you and Coop do when I was on vacation last week?
Well, Coop is a professional, so he was great. So you have to ask him how I did.
Listen to that. Listen to that.
That was awful nice, but everything, yeah, it was always good.
That's good.
We always had a good time.
We got a lot of stuff to get into in this particular hour. We will take a look at the Metro News Power Rankings for high school baseball. We'll do that at 5:33. We will also play in or out. That'll be at 5:25. We've got a lot of responses to our question of the day. Let's do a quick reset on that right now. So the Sports Business Journal released its best sports business cities in the United States today. They listed 50. Number 1, Atlanta, followed by New York, Indianapolis, Charlotte, and Carl, Minneapolis is number 5.
Wow.
Number 5. So the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law. If you could move to any city for its sports culture, venues, and fan experience, where are you going? If you could move to any city solely for its sports culture, venues, and fan experience, where are you going? To respond, text line 304-TALK-304, 822-825-5304. I'm on X2 at Weekly, WEEKLEY, one word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. And we've had some pretty interesting responses to this. Carl, to bring this to you, what did people tell you about Minneapolis as a sports city when you were a rookie there? What were people telling you about that? The culture there, the sports culture.
The culture was, well, I'll even say this. Like, I knew of the Vikings, from years back. Not that they were a favorite team or anything, but I just knew of that team. And all of a sudden now I'm there. But for the players that were already there and you talk to them, it was the perfect place. Finding a place to stay, which is it can be extremely difficult. Players help you. They'll tell you, hey, come with me. I'll get you set up, and take you to the – everything about it. The fan base is great. The public it's friendly. And again, I was there during like the best time probably ever. You had Prince just starting, the time just starting. It was crazy. It was just.
Well, you had the Twins won the World Series.
Yeah, the Twins. Yep.
When you were there in the late 80s. So I'm thinking when you were there in the 80s, you had the Vikings, obviously. You had the Twins. You had the North Stars, right? And they have professional hockey still with the Minnesota Wild there. Yeah. The T-Wolves were not there at that time.
No, not yet. That's right.
You had a relatively new stadium for the University of Minnesota, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you were playing for the Vikings, the Minnesota, the Gophers played at the Dome too. So did you interact with them at all?
We didn't actually see them, but they would. Because sometimes they would be there right as we are coming on to practice. They would be leaving. And it was kind of vice versa at one time when the Dome had collapsed. We would
I forgot about that.
We would go there to practice. But it was a I'll say a connection. There would be a connection with them whenever you got that opportunity.
So when I forgot about that. Yeah, snow forced the Dome to collapse, right?
Yes.
So when that happened, did the Vikings go on the road for all their games, or did you go to another venue to play home games? What happened?
I think that they actually got it fixed before we ever had to go anywhere. I think we played in the Timberwolves, or not the Timberwolves, but oh shoot, I can't think of what their name is, but the college team, we played at their facility.
Okay.
We had, I think, one game at the university.
So I sent you a note about this today. What do you think about the idea that Minnesota, talking about, here's another feather in the cap. Minnesota is going to host the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like it. Because I think what will happen is you'll get a lot of people to actually see and get a chance to get around in the city, and I think that they'll love it. I just don't think anybody can go to Minneapolis and not like it. There's just everything about it is great.
Coop, let me ask you this. So Pittsburgh just hosted the draft, and they broke the record for the most people who attended the draft. Now, cumulatively, they had 800,000 plus, okay? But a lot of these were the same dudes who just kept coming day after day after day for 3 consecutive days. Do you feel confident that Minneapolis could potentially break that record? That they would have cumulatively 800,000 plus for 3 days?
I think so. I really do. I really think so. Because I think they are so sports-oriented there that it's crazy. And even if I'm not that interested in sports, like, I'm probably going to come, just because, when's the last time that ever happened?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I hope it doesn't happen. Speaking of the NFL, here's the other story that I sent you today that I thought was pretty interesting. And I'm really not that big of a fan in general of Super Bowls being played in non-destination cities in terms of weather.
Right.
But it looks like Nashville's going to get a Super Bowl. And I have to say, man, I think a Super Bowl in Nashville would be a great time.
I think that there's a lot of things there for you to visit, to see, and all those kinds of things. But I don't know. I think my only question, because when I looked at that, I was like trying to figure out like what might be something that would be a negative. And I only thing I could come up with is, okay, so if I go to Nashville, it's not really big city. It's not really, I don't know, tourist friendly, I don't guess. Meaning that I don't know if there's a lot of great things there for people to want to go see.
Well, I'm looking at the list. Okay, I've got the list, by the way, of the 50 sports business cities for 2026. And I will tell you that Nashville is number 15.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about it. You've got you got NFL football, right? You got the NHL. It's wildly popular in a relatively new football stadium,
right?
You've got SEC football with Vanderbilt. It's a college sports
crazy, I'll give you
crazy
that. Yes.
market.
Yes,
it's according to this list, Nashville is ahead of sports cities. According to the Sports Business Journal, it's higher rated than Boston, higher rated than Chicago, higher rated than Dallas.
Dallas?
Yeah. That's what's on this list. Let me give you the top 10. All right. And we'll do this in inverse order. Miami's 10. Kansas City's 9. Phoenix is 8. Las Vegas is 7. First of all, do you remember there was an era where people were said no sports should relocate to Las Vegas because nobody actually is from there.
Right.
They just go to visit, right?
Right.
How wrong did that turn out to be? Vegas, and I was one of the people who said that actually, so I was totally wrong on that. So Vegas is 7, LA 6, Minneapolis, St. Paul is 5, Charlotte is 4, Indianapolis is 3, New York City 2, and Atlanta is number 1. Of the cities on that list, a couple of the ones that really surprised me, Indianapolis 3. I mean, Indianapolis doesn't have the NHL, but what they do have is they've got the Pacers. They've got probably one of the most widely followed WNBA teams.
Yeah.
The NCAA is located there. You've got the Colts. You don't have Major League Baseball. But, I mean, it's pretty crazy when you think that Indianapolis is higher rated than L.A.
Yes.
Or Miami.
Yes.
Or Washington. Or Philadelphia.
For sure, all those that you just named, I would have bet any and everything I have that they would be above that.
Let me give you just a couple of the college sports cities or cities that have a lot of sports, college sports. The Research Triangle in North Carolina is 23. All right. Columbus is 26. A couple more here. Birmingham, 38. By the way, Cooper, I don't know if you saw the story this weekend about the spring football league, the UFL,
whatever it's called.
Yeah, whatever they're calling it.
the Twitter league that's solely there to place bets.
It looks like, Columbus and Birmingham are supposedly the biggest college sports markets. When you go by television ratings, they're just crazy. And Birmingham did okay with the UFL, but they're talking about the UFL is going to have to leave Birmingham. So it just kind of goes to show that, man, in college sports, there's no tie. There's no tie to the UFL. And I was hearing stuff this weekend, stuff like, well, they got to get these games off of Sunday afternoon at 1:00 because everybody's at church. I'm like, Come on, man. Give me a break. That's not why the UFL isn't working in the biggest college sports market.
The stinking NFL made us bread and butter doing that for decades.
Thank you.
Kidding me? Come on.
Thank you. That's when you're playing. Let me get a couple more here. These are in the top 50, and this is the brand new list that came out today. Best sports business cities of 2026. Atlanta, which is a great college town as well, is number one. So I gave you the Research Triangle, 23. Columbus is 26. Where's the other city? Birmingham, 38. Colorado Springs, 39. Made the list. Greenville, South Carolina, number 45. Louisville, 48. Fort Worth, number 49. And, Fort Worth is different than Dallas. So Dallas is higher ranked. We talked about that. Fort Worth is 49. And Greensboro High Point is 50. That says a lot for that area, right?
For sure.
It really does. We didn't get a chance to talk about Aaron Rodgers, but I definitely want to do that with you, Carl. Definitely want to do that with you. How you would feel as a defensive back knowing that Aaron Rodgers is back for the Steelers. By the way, he's beginning his 22nd season in the NFL. That's a long time.
That is an amazing long time, and I think he's doing it for that particular reason. And he just wants to keep kind of stretching it out just to keep anybody from ever beating that record, which I don't think anybody is going to try to chase that. Not anymore.
And it's a lot of practice.
It's a lot of practices, and it's a lot of risk of getting hurt. And I just don't think he's not what he was. And that doesn't help him, and it doesn't help the team.
That's fair. I want to get into this in a bit. Let's take a break. We'll play in or out when we come back.
Hi, I'm Eli Henthorne, project surveyor at CEC. Starting my career at CEC was the best decision I ever made. I wanted to explore new areas in land surveying, and CEC offered just that. I've grown so much serving diverse markets and rapidly advancing my career, and it's more than just work. CEC is like family, supporting me every step of the way. CEC is where your career takes flight. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
You can call us at 800-765-8255. Text us at 304-825-5304. Or tweet at WEEKLEY. This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
When you hired me, you were 29. You seemed like you were 50 when you were 29. You were running that thing like a 50-year-old man. All right, we got to go get some tape. Come on, get out of there.
I think I've sort of always been 50, and I think I'm 50 now.
Yeah, me too.
That's a great point. Join Tony Carini, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? A lot of times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
All right, welcome back. Let's play in or out. Every day at this time, we focus on the stuff you talk about at the office. We call it in or out. The setup's simple. 3 categories: fruit or beverage, gut reaction. Finally, this one's about a celebrity, the topics of which change daily. Let's get started with food or beverage. Cooper, are you ready to go?
I am ready.
How about Panera serving up new salad stuffers? They are sandwiches that consist of any Panera salad in an Italian stuffer roll, which is kind of like a hollowed-out baguette, all right? Salad stuffers. They're being advertised constantly now on television. So let's talk about salad stuffers at Panera, in or out.
It's like everything is new again. Back in like the 90s, everybody was stuffing their pitas with salads, right? That was like the big thing. Why make your salad less healthy? I'm not real sure about it. I'm going to be out on this.
Going to be out? Carl, what are your thoughts on this? Panera's salad stuffers, in or out?
I'm out, and I don't even like the sound of it.
Oh man, I just can't. I just can't roll with this. I
don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't understand it. They have 2. They have the Steakhouse salad stuffer, and they have the Santa Fe salad stuffer. I don't know. I just can't imagine ever getting this.
It's really cheap ingredients they can charge a lot for.
Yeah, that's probably
yes. That's good.
I'm going to be out. I'm going to be out on that. Gut reaction is next. Okay, let's talk about Ryan Schaefer. He's a 20-year-old Missouri State University student. He pleaded guilty to felony property damage for vandalizing 17 vehicles in a campus parking lot. Okay, that's terrible, right? He went on a rampage at 3 a.m. They found out about it because he confessed to ChatGPT, asking ChatGPT questions like, will I go to jail? I got away with this last year. He confessed. So, gut reaction, confessing to a crime through ChatGPT, in or out?
I mean, for a serious enough crime, please continue.
Yeah.
Right.
Please keep telling the chatbot all about your crimes. Please continue doing that because it is not private.
Right.
And when you sign your TOS, it's not private. In fact, if you do something enough, you might even bend how that AI learns. Anyway, I'm I guess sort of in on this because I want more criminals to confess.
All
so
right.
I'll be sort of in on it.
Confessing to crimes to ChatGPT, in or out?
I'm out to that. I mean, I don't even know why. I don't even know why you would go there. Like, for what?
Yeah, that's crazy. I got to be out on this as well.
You know, it used to be internet history used to be the thing, like clear your internet history.
that's
now it's
right.
going to be like your ChatGPT prompts. Better clear those out.
All right, finally, this one's about a celebrity. We got Game 1 of the NBA Western Conference Finals tonight, and before the game, SGA is going to pick up his MVP, okay? The star for the Oklahoma City Thunder joins a very, very unique list of players who have won consecutive MVPs in the National Basketball Association. SGA, in or out?
I'm going to be in, and I was reading some commentary on this today, and there's a lot of people that say, well, it's good he got his another one now because Wemby's going to have it on lockdown after this year.
Yeah,
so
that's going to be
see what happens.
That's going to be a topic that's coming up in the next half hour.
Yeah.
SGA, in or out?
I'm going to be in. I'm going to definitely be in.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's pretty smooth with the ball.
Nice.
Really, really smooth. And I appreciate the fact that he's got a mid-range game.
Right.
Thank you.
I appreciate the fact he
you.
allows everybody to call him SGA.
Yeah, that's right.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's right. Props for this. He bought all of his teammates Burberry trench coats, and they all showed up in their trench coats for the
that's cool.
for the ceremony yesterday. That was a bold move.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty smart. All right. I'm absolutely in on SGA. More on this situation a little bit later on, but now we got to take another break. We'll take a break here for local news at the bottom of the hour. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the latest power rankings for West Virginia high school baseball, and a softball pitcher for the University of Charleston gets a pretty big honor. We'll tell you about that in a moment. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Our summery stretch does continue for us on Tuesday with more heat and sunshine. A cold front into Wednesday puts an end to the 90s and kicks off an active stretch with daily shower and thunderstorm potential Wednesday through Sunday. Widespread accumulation in this period in the 1 to 2 inch range. Locally, that 2-inch potential is in the deeper purples toward Clarksburg and Morgantown. So Monday afternoon and evening, a few thunderstorms that may be capable of some damaging winds. That's the risk there, looking to the East Panhandle. Widespread storms mostly to our west on Tuesday, and then we'll see this across much of the region on Wednesday, once more looking east for any storms that may be capable of doing a little bit of damage. 7 p.m. into the evening here, a few thunderstorms possible, then that fizzles out and will stay pretty quiet for most of the day on Tuesday, eventually looking west for the arrival of some showers and thunderstorms, but for the most part that'll hold off until the morning hours on Wednesday. FlySair forecast, it starts at home. The same cold front coming for us will bring much cooler conditions for Chicago as early as Wednesday. It will be Thursday that you feel the cool down in D.C. and New York, but mid-90s each day if you're in Tampa. Panhandle forecast. Very mild tonight, these lows around 67 to 69 degrees north or closer to daily average highs, then upper 80s and low 90s for our Tuesday. Looking east, where we will similarly stay in mid to upper 60s overnight, but highs here, 96 Charlestown, looking to Petersburg for 95 for your Tuesday. We'll see widespread 60s overnight. Snowshoe, a quote cooler spot with 61 tonight and only 80 on Tuesday. But a lot of us will find ourselves in the 90s. Similarly, Lewisburg, Union near 60 tonight, but those areas will also be flirting with 90 for our Tuesday. 92 Charleston, and we'll see cooler but not cold conditions behind that cold front.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
Is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a moment. Yeah.
The conversation starts long before the game.
He doesn't do this to other guests, but every time I'm on here, he creates distractions.
Disrespectful.
With his phone. I mean,
I have to have the phone on in case Pete Thamel breaks another story.
Join Tony Carini, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronews.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. You know, we do this every Monday on the show at around 5:33. If you've been following high school baseball and the outstanding high school baseball coverage that's at the website, wvmetronews.com, you know that the power rankings come out every Monday. Well, let's go through those. This is week number 7. Man, the state tournament will be here before you know it. And this year, of course, the state tournament is not in Charleston, it's in Huntington. So here are the latest Metro News high school baseball rankings for week number 7. And there's a tight race at the top when it comes to Quad A, where George Washington now has the lead in Quad A, according to the power rankings. They've got 93 points and 4 first-place votes. Morgantown has actually one more regular season win than the Patriots at 25-5, but they trail GW by 3 points. The Mohegans also got 4 first-place votes this week. And Jefferson is right there as well. Jefferson out of the Eastern Panhandle at 24-6, 85 points, and got the other 2 first-place votes. Washington and Hurricane round out the top 5, 6 through 10. Martinsburg, Spring Mills, Cabell Midland, Hedgesville, and Huntington. In AAA, Bridgeport continues to lead the way at 28-4. They got all 10 first-place votes in the power rankings that came out earlier today. St. Albans, Shady Spring, Winfield, and Ripley round out the top 5 in Class AAA. In 6 through 10, this is AAA, Spring Valley, Pikeview, Herbert Hoover, RCB, and Point Pleasant. In AA, Wheeling Central is the unanimous pick for the top spot this week. The Maroon Knights are 24-4. Sissonville, Independence, Frankfort, and Logan round out the top 5. Wyoming East, Scott, Doddridge County, Williamstown, and Charleston Catholic round out the top 10. In Class A, Huntington St. Joe got all 10 first-place votes. They've won 28 of their 31 games so far this season. East Hardy, Gilmer County, Sherman, and Cameron are in the top 5. And in the second 5, this is Class Single A, Greater Beckley Christian, Mount View, Man, Magnolia, and Tigris Valley. So there you go. That gets posted, what time? Mid-morning, normally. Well, it was, mid-morning exactly. It was posted at 11:45 this afternoon, a.m., and you can find it at the website, wvmetronews.com. Coop, I wanted to get your take on this. We were talking a little bit with Kristen Burtt, Hollywood Dirt, about an hour ago, about the process to find the next James Bond is really picking up steam. We talked about that. That'll be a podcast, right?
Yeah,
Kristen Burtt?
Sure.
304-203. Hey, guys. Daniel Craig ruined James Bond. Don't get me wrong. He made great action movies, but he didn't have the essence that made James Bond so great. I have to tell you, hey, everybody has an opinion. That's what these shows are all about. But Casino Royale is a good movie.
It's a good movie.
You know?
I understand where the texture's coming from, though, because they were slick movies. He's a good actor. He obviously put a lot into the role. I mean, there's everything about those speaks quality film. I mean, I think that almost all of the movies that Daniel Craig were in were pretty good movies. But there is something that's not the, Sean Connery and Roger Moore. These guys had a certain something when they played the role where they were able to walk the line between deadly serious and kind of swallowing a grin at the same time.
Yeah.
And Daniel Craig doesn't quite have that duality to him. He's pretty much all business for the most part, even when he's trying to be a little less so. And that's not necessarily a weakness. It's the types of films. But I wouldn't mind seeing a Bond go a little bit more back to the comic booky type villains.
With the Roger Moore?
Yeah, or even the best. I mean, Goldfinger, although a relatively low-key movie, I mean, the premise of it is bizarre, I mean, it's really kind of comic booky,
It is.
And stuff like that is what, I mean, does Bond have to be a reflection of things that are actually happening all the time? I mean, I would like to see it be a little bit, let's go to space again. Let's go to Mars. Let's do something that's a little bit strange out there, because those movies are fun. When you're just like reading the news, they're a little less fun.
Yeah, a couple of those Craig James Bond movies are kind of forgettable. But I just like Casino Royale. I think that's a really good movie.
It might be his best one.
Yeah. So thanks for sending those text messages in. I appreciate it. Okay, Carl, I had a couple other things I wanted to get into with you. I wanted to go back to this SG. Oh, first, let me do this. I did want to say congratulations to Addison Moss from the University of Charleston softball team. Today, the Mountain East reported that she is the Atlantic Region, that's D2, Pitcher of the Year. When you take a look at some of the stats she had this year for the University of Charleston, 1.31 ERA, 24-3 on the mound, 187.1 innings, allowed just 35 earned runs with 233 strikeouts, 233 Ks on 187 innings. That is really good. And so she's going to have to get a little bit of a bigger trophy case, because she's already the MEC Pitcher of the Year. So congratulations to Addison Mass. They had a great season at the University of Charleston. Okay, I wanted to get into this SGA thing a little bit more because, Coop, you mentioned it. The SGA won his second consecutive NBA MVP, but the Wemby is probably going to start stacking these as well. So he's going to get the award tonight, right before the Spurs OKC game. Man, I'm looking for Wemby to have a huge game. Okay? I mean, somebody brought up the example today, I saw on ESPN, of 1995. They gave David Robinson the MVP right before they opened up a playoff series with Akeem Olajuwon. And Olajuwon went off for like 40 and like 14 boards. Something like that could potentially happen tonight. I mean, you're a former professional athlete. What would it be like to see somebody get the MVP award in a playoff series when you thought that you were actually the best player in the league?
I would have prepared myself for the game a month ago, and truly in the game, I'm probably never going to sit on the bench. I'm going to watch and see exactly what he's doing. I'm coming right out, and I want to do better, and I'm going to think at the end of the game, no matter true or not, I still showed that I was better than him. There's just no way. I'm never going to see it.
I just think this is really kind of a fascinating angle to the game tonight. Wemby's got a little bit of an edge to him. When he first came into the league, it's like, okay, the guy's from France. How tough is he? He's so tall. Everybody's trying to push him around. He's becoming more and more assertive as his professional career gets a little longer. And the Spurs have had a lot of success against OKC this year. I'm just saying, look out. But he could be on the verge of a real big game tonight.
Yeah, I think from his side, like everything that's being said, we're talking about it. Everybody's talking about. He's going to want to make sure that he has the best game possible, without any question.
The other thing about SGA I wanted to get your guys' opinion on is there are only 14 players who have ever won consecutive MVPs. Here's the list, okay? You got Joker from Denver. Giannis did it. Steph did it. Bron did it twice. There's only 2 players who ever won consecutive MVPs on 2 different occasions. Bron and Kareem. That's it. Steve Nash, Tim Duncan, from the so-called golden era of the NBA, Michael, Magic, Bird, and Moses Malone did it. And then you got Kareem. Kareem won 4. Wilt won 3 in a row. The 60s were pretty crazy. In the 60s, Russell won 3 in a row, 61, 62, and 63. Then Wilt won 3 in a row, 66, 67, and 68. It was the era of the unbelievable centers.
Right.
Man, and obviously, we don't know where SGA's career is going. But in terms of where he belongs on that list, man, I don't know, man. Is he? If his career ended right now, he's outside the top 10. But what if he stacks up a couple more? What if he wins a third? What if he wins a fourth? What if something happens to Wemby? When you've won back-to-back MVPs, man, you're essentially in the Hall of Fame, right? How can you keep a guy out who's won back-to-back NBA MVPs?
Well, and you rattling those names off, to me, I don't see that name in that group yet.
Oh, I'm with you on that.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't see, regardless of if he wins another one, his awards would justify him being in, but I don't think his skill set or what he's brought at this point, for sure, to the game matches any of those names that you brought up.
You know whose name I really love on this list is Moses Malone.
Yeah.
I really love it. And to go, here's the thing, too. Moses Malone won consecutive MVPs for 2 different teams.
That's got to be tough to do.
That's pretty amazing, right?
Yes.
So he won one for Houston and then one when he got to the Sixers. Anyway, there's only 14 guys. And now you start thinking, man, when you've got 2, you want 3, right?
I guess.
Let's take a quick break. We got more in a moment. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Chris Waddell, Principal and Office Lead for Martinsburg for CEC. After serving in the military, I found my home in Martinsburg. Traveling across the states, I've always wanted to serve my community. At CEC, I get to do just that. Our core values, clients first, and we own it, resonate with my mission-driven background. We solve problems by listening and collaborating, and as an employee-owned firm, we take pride in every project that we do. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
For your daily fix of sports in West Virginia, there's only one stop.
I would imagine a group of you got together and watched the Mountaineers last night. What were your thoughts on that performance?
It was funny, we were sitting with a guy last night, and he said, all right, I'm going to go put $1,000 on it. Well, down the stretch of that ball game, he's looking at us like, are you kidding me? And sure enough, the Mountaineers came back. I saw him today. He said, yep, I'm putting another $1,000 on them tomorrow.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. and they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
All right, welcome back to the show. A couple of other things I wanted to get past you, Carl. What do you think about the Aaron Rodgers situation? We're talking about Rodgers coming back to the Steelers, and you and I basically, I think, share the same opinion on this, that you can't really look at Aaron Rodgers at this point in his career where he's already played 21 years in the league. He's not going to be the guy that's going to lead the Steelers to the Super Bowl, but he could be a competent quarterback and could be a bridge to a high draft pick next year, or maybe continue to help Aller get prepared to take over next season. But here's the question, and you're a former professional athlete. As a Steeler fan, I hope he has a good season. I want him to play well. And I think he played reasonably well last year. Steelers had a winning record. They went to the playoffs. Failed miserably once they got to the postseason, but they made the playoffs. If Rodgers plays well, he's going to want to come back. Right? Oh, let me get your mic on. He's going to want to come back.
Yes.
So when does this story end, and how does it end?
See, to me, I think somebody has to end this, because if not, and we all know the risk of him getting hurt and all that kind of stuff, or even if he goes out and he just can't do it, he just wakes up one day, because I'm telling you, when I don't know what it is that's keeping him from seeing that he's not who he was, and as good a quarterback as he can still be, it's still not who he was. And then my fear is, like, you get hit or you get injured. It's just not worth it. Step down, go to the Hall of Fame, and let life be great.
What do you think, Coop? You think that Rodgers would have come back if McCarthy hadn't been the coach in Pittsburgh?
I'm not real sure. This is an interesting dilemma, though. I'm kind of glad not to be a Steelers fan in this regard, but no shade on Rodgers in this regard, but just taking this situation, it seems like all it's doing is pushing down the line, figuring out quarterback eventually, which you've really been trying to do since Ben retired.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, this is just delaying the inevitable. And Aaron Rodgers was 23rd out of 28 quarterbacks in QBR last year.
There you go.
That's effective, I guess, but
not great.
I mean, he's just ahead of Jacoby Brissett and just ahead of Bryce Young.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of news about Young, where it looks like Carolina's not looking to extend him. It's
time.
It is. Yeah, it's probably time. But on the other hand, I'll be waving the pom poms if he throws like 2 touchdowns in the first game.
And true, and me as a former player, it's not really my place to say that he's done. If he feels like he can keep going, hey, keep going. But if the question comes to me, I'm like, man, you need to sit down and wait on your Hall of Fame call.
One observation. I wonder if Carl, because I watched quite a bit of the Steelers, just because they were running around here last year, and watching Aaron Rodgers, the one thing that I think is the biggest difference between him now and even when he first was coming back with the Jets or the last few productive years that he had, man, he wants to bail on plays very quickly now.
Sure.
If those don't open up quickly, he doesn't want to take any hits. He doesn't want to really scramble. I mean, he's bailing immediately. And that's not real fair to the Steelers all the time because you need a guy back there that's willing to maybe make a play or two. And if it's not real open ahead of him, I mean, it's being smart sometimes, but also he wasn't like that earlier in his career.
But don't we all know that at the end of when football is when it's time to end is when you don't want to get hit anymore.
Yeah.
And you don't want to hit, you don't want to get hit, you don't want to fall. All of those kind of things are part of why you leave the game.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, it's been such a big part of the guy's life, right?
Yes.
I mean, he's played 21 years, so he obviously loves it. And the way things are happening in pro sports, man, guys are leaving the game when either they're injured or nobody wants to pay them. Right?
Yeah.
He's getting, with incentives, he could make $25 million a year this year for the Steelers. He's guaranteed, somewhere between $22 and $23 million. It's pretty difficult to say, you know what? This is the thing that's made me successful. You want to pay me all this money, and you know what? I'm just not going to do it anymore.
I agree.
You know?
I agree 100%. But being the guys in the locker room, and I know I'm not making what he's making, and I think that I don't know if because that does happen. I mean, guys are in the locker room, and they're judging different people. It's not like we're just all locked in and in love.
Yeah.
That's not always the case. And I think there's probably some issues in the locker room about it.
I kind of feel like there's a little bit of a vibe about this Rodgers situation in Roethlisberger's final year, because you didn't really know who really wanted to bring Ben back.
Right.
And this kind of feels similar to that. To be continued.
For sure.
And if he has a successful season, Coop, burn this conversation. Do not make this part of the podcast. Hey, Carl, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
We will take a quick break. We'll wrap it up for the day in a minute.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says,
avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Wounded Warrior Project helps post 9/11 veterans and their families realize what's possible. With support and resources that bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger, both inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing, to get the help you need,
to find peace. And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we. Because these last 20 years are just the beginning. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
Talking to your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Moving Day, a walk for Parkinson's, is happening around the country. More than just a walk. Moving Day is a fun experience that unites the community in the fight against Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's doesn't stop, and neither will we. So let's get moving. Join the Parkinson's Foundation to learn more and register for an event in your area at movingdaywalk.org. That's movingdaywalk.org.
The Library of Congress invites you to visit the revamped Veterans History Project website, where first-hand accounts shared by U.S. military veterans are accessible to the public. Performing a search of the collection is easy. First, go to loc.gov/vets. Click Explore the Collections. Scroll down to Search the VHP Collections and click. Make sure you're searching this collection, and with simple keywords, you can find what you're looking for. Visit loc.gov/vets today.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. Presented by AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for the show today. We thank you so much for listening, sending your answers to our question of the day and more. Stay tuned for the news at the top of the hour. Sportsline's on the other side. My name's Dave Weekley. I'll talk to you tomorrow, beginning at 3:06, right here on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. Hotline on the Metro News Network is presented by Salango Law, salangolaw.com. Hear Hotline